Guten Morgen, ich bin Philip Morgan. My German is worse than your English, so if it's okay with you, I'll continue in English. Is that all right? First of all, thank you for the great welcome. I've spoken to so many of you already at the Pax8 stand, and it's great to have time with so many of you this morning. We are at the cusp of what is probably the greatest revolution that's ever going to hit our planet. Those of you here that know your history are aware of steam and electricity, computation, and what it did for us on our planet. But we believe at Pax8 that artificial intelligence is going to be the revolution that is going to change all things. I'm Philip Morgan. I'm Senior Vice President of Marketplace and Channel Expansion at Pax8. And in order to show you the future, if it's okay with you, I want to show you something from the past, if I may. Some of you might have seen this picture before on maybe Instagram or on social media. But this is a picture of Fifth Avenue in New York City that is taken in 1900. At the turn of the century in 1900. This is 3 years before Henry Ford even thinks of starting the Ford Motor Company. But can any of you tell me, in this horse and cart economy that we see here, how many jobs do you think were existing in the horse and cart economy? Anybody want to shout out a number for me? 17 is the answer. Between farrier, coachman, there are 17 jobs that existed in this economy. And the fear is, as we go towards AI, is the displacement of so many jobs is going to create problems for us that might be challenges for us to face in the future. But I want to demonstrate from this revolution what is probably going to happen in the next revolution that's coming our way. Because shortly after that picture was taken, this happened. Oil was found in Beaumont County in an area just north of Houston, Texas, as it's known today. And at that time, it was the discovery of the greatest oil field in the world. Oil suddenly became a commodity on the 10th of January, 1901. And the price of oil fell. It fell so much that a young Henry Ford thought this might be an opportunity for the motor car to displace the horse and cart economy. And sure enough, the oil industry boomed. These are early pictures of what is now known as Houston, Texas. And you can see what it looked like there from the pictures in October 1902. But Henry Ford thought differently. He was like an Elon Musk of his day. You all know this quotation that Henry Ford is famous for. If I'd asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses. And right now, particularly in the United Kingdom and in Benelux and in DACH, all of us are having to look at how AI is affecting our businesses today, particularly those of you that are involved in managed service provision or infrastructure today. Remember this picture that I showed you at the beginning? Remember me showing you this picture that was taken in 1901? Let me show you what that's saying. It's quite incredible that these pictures exist. But this is a picture that was taken on Fifth Avenue in 1913. Do you notice anything unusual about the picture on the left to the picture on the right? Quite incredible how one new emerging technology has displaced an older technology, and just one horse and cart left in the picture on the right. I find it interesting how even photography developed over 10 years to give us better definition in the picture on the right to the picture on the left. So can I ask you a question? How many jobs do you think? 17 jobs created from the picture on the left. How many jobs do you think? You're a little bit out in the fuel economy, in the kind of the gasoline and the oil industry, 1,600 jobs created in this one new emerging technology just in gas and oil, let alone the motor industry. So just like we have social media managers and we have cameramen and AV people, jobs that didn't exist 100 years ago, right? You taking pictures maybe would have got an old film together or whatever. Everything is changing all the time with technology. And so what I would encourage you to do on this day is to have an open mind as I share with you the rest of the presentation and share with you what we believe at Pax8. Now, I haven't got a crystal ball. I am not here to tell you that the robots are coming and one day you need to be Sarah Connor and you have to come and save us from all the robots that are going to take over our planet. I'm not here to talk about any of that, but we do know the robots are already here. We call them drones, don't we? Flying robots. Some of you already have got maybe an automated Hoover in your house. How many of you have got one of those that is busily hoovering your house? Come on, guys, put your hands in the air, right? I can see you right now. And how many of you, like me, have got a Momotion mower? I've sold my John Deere, and I now have a mower that comes out at 8 a.m. in the morning and mows my lawn perfectly for me. The robots are already here, right? So how is it we're going to adopt this new technology as we move forward? So the most important part of my job as Pax8 is to show you what's happening right now already, like the mower and the Hoover. I'm here to show you what's available right now and how it's going to affect particularly the German economy as we land our message today. Are you ready? As I give you some insights. Okay. I want you to mark this moment. I want you to mark the moment that you heard this talk. I want you to maybe write it in your diary because I believe we believe at Pax8 that we are at the beginning of a 10-year shift. As we are moving from old economies like the horse and cart to the motor car, as I showed you earlier, that 10-year adoption cycle that takes place across all technologies. CD to streaming music, you know the change of all that takes place. I believe that we are in the beginning of that shift. Last year, AI was kind of quite clunky. We were talking things like hallucinations. We don't talk much of that at the moment. It can solve maths and physics problems really well right now. So we're now in a place that we have really good functional AI, and I want you to mark the moment and the shift that we have today as the world is shifting. But the world is shifting because legacy systems are creaking under the strain of us trying to get all kinds of SaaS products and hardware to talk together. And we can't continue to just add more SaaS into the environment to fix the problems that we have. We are entering a world that we are going to have self-running business, autonomous services, agents talking to agents, AI speaking to AIs, and we're entering a world at the moment that I will share with you called the AI economy. You see, we are leaving this world where we have all of this overload and moving to a world that we will move towards this place called the idea economy, that literally we can think of an idea and sit down with the AI and begin prompting. Some of you are probably doing that right now with strategic plans. Hands up those of you who are using an AI first rather than a Google first way of working. That's fantastic. That's nearly a third of the audience right now. It's great to see so many people thinking. So at the moment, the 4 stages that we're going through, stage 1 has already started, is we're in this 4 levels of agentic progression. So at the moment, we're at level 1, which is what we call kind of chatbot integration in the way that we're working together. And for those of you that are my age in the room, it's like having an MS-DOS prompt, isn't it? Those of you back in the days using, I'm a CPM guy, how many DOS people are here? And we still use DOS, right? We just go to the command prompt right now when we fix the problem, don't we? And then just come back out. Some of us here, and most of us have got grey hair like me, love the prompt world. Well, this is the prompt world that we're in right now. where our ability to put a command into the chatbot is going to dictate the quality of the results that we get. 800 million weekly users right now using just ChatGPT, which is probably the most common one that we are familiar with right now. But as we move from chatbot, we are already in a world, thanks to probably our friends over at Anthropic, that are making huge inroads in this, particularly in the area of coding. Those of you that are using Opus 4.6 and using Claude Code, the developments right now are absolutely incredible in the way that we are moving towards this assistant world, that we are getting more than just chat. It's able to execute on a task for us. And then we will go to level 3, where we have digital labor. I have already 4 digital direct employees that work for me today. I have Tracy, the transcriber. I have Felicity, the facilitator. I have Richard, the researcher, and I have Andy, the analyst. Are you working this all out? That's actually my co-pilot license, right? I can have those digital team members working for me right now as digital labor for a fraction of the price. They don't phone in sick and they never go to sleep. They are the ultimate digital workers for me. And then eventually, over the next couple of years, we will see this move as agents talk to agents, brings us to the 4th and the final shift that we will see, which is the digital workforce. That the question that I will be asked as an executive as Pax8 is not how many people are on your team anymore. They'll be asking me a question like, how many humans are on your team, Philip, rather than digital labor. That's the world that we're heading towards if we move from the horse and cart thinking to a new way of moving together. And in level 4 here, this digital workforce, this is the idea economy. This is where probably using voice more than a command prompt. Some of you are maybe already using voice right now to speak with your chatbot, that you can have an idea and enter the idea economy and create new businesses overnight. Do you ever get that feeling that the world is actually spinning faster? I do. And not only have we got what's historically called Moore's Law and Bezos's law around virtualization and compute. But now we have these language models, these various LLMs that are getting way, way more efficient. That's creating exponential growth in the market. This exponential growth, that means that the models get smarter, the chips go faster, and we have this huge performance curve that is going to go through the roof. We believe that that's going to fuel the agentic software layer that's going to help us expedite the future. It all started with HTTP. It moved to API. And we believe that with MCP, what we call Model Context Protocol, which allows agents to talk to agents, we are entering this world called the Great Transformation. And the good news for you, those of you that want to do business here, is you want to get a hold of this market. And the interesting part of this is, for once in our lifetime, Napoleon called us in the United Kingdom a nation of shopkeepers, a nation of small business owners. And the German economy is very similar. The DACH economy as well is very similar to the UK economy. It is primarily small business. And for once in our lifetime, we're seeing the total addressable market for AI in SMB dwarfing the enterprise market. And this is our opportunity in managed services. This is what I believe is the great revolution. So as I draw to a close, this is where we've been. We've been in this world of MSP 1.0, move into MSP 2.0, largely driven by the internet and moving from break-fix economy towards managed services. At best, maybe we can go to a place where we have MSP 3.0. Maybe some people start talking about that, but we think at Pax8 that the agentic shift is so big, it is so massive, And such a shift, much like moving from the horse and cart economy, we believe that this is going to lead to the managed intelligence era. That businesses will no longer in SMB have someone manage their security layer or manage their services layer. It'll be a layer above that, which is managing the intelligence, managing the digital agents, managing the data and privacy and so many things. We believe it's going to usher in a new type of service provider called the Managed Intelligence Provider. So I haven't got much time right now to jump into this, but I am going to leave a booklet and share a QR code with you at the end here. But the Managed Intelligence Provider playbook is really helping manufacturers and helping businesses that are very physical to transform. Phase one here, transform the way that they do business using agentic and AI technology. Secondly, the MIP will also help prepare the world for the digital buyer. Can I ask how many of you came here today and booked an Uber? Come on, hands up. Okay, so a lot of you, it's just so much easier, isn't it? I'll book an Uber while I'm finishing my coffee, I'll walk out, I know it's ready. So the digital buyer is already here, you've just proven it. So how can we help the DACH economy to be in a place that if somebody wants to order goods and services from the manufacturer at 2 a.m. in the morning and have their questions answered because they were just up late and couldn't sleep, that we can do that. That's the buy part of it. And the rest of the playbook we will go through in a moment. But the area of transformation is here, then going through to helping them buy, lastly helping them build, and then finally, if I come through my final slide that we have here as I draw to a close, manage it all up in a service provider. And fundamentally, it's going to put you at the center of everything we do. The age of the builders is here. This is your time. This is your moment. I'm asking you to be part of it. I'm Philip Morgan. Thank you for listening.